When I first found out that I had cancer, I panicked. I looked on the internet and I tried to find all the cures, but it wasn't until one site was actually really honest that all these wonderful cures only work if you have precancer or stage 1. And I was already at a stage 2, so it was a little easier to proceed with what the doctors were telling me. But the panic was unbelievable. I had found a lump in my breast during a self-check and went into my regular doctor, and she proceeded to let me know that I should go and see a specialist. So we did all the ultrasounds and all the other tests needed. Oh, I met with my surgeon, and he was the one who told me the path for this stage 2 cancer that I had. The path was either chemotherapy and a mastectomy, or chemotherapy and a lumpectomy and radiation. So life sort of started spinning at that point, wondering what to do and trying to make a decision. And they had given me a card that had Can Do Cancer on it, and when I called up, Molly was the one who answered the phone. And it was so wonderful having someone to talk to who had been there. That was the greatest gift of all, was just the voice of someone who had been there and stepped in my shoes. So at that point, I still wasn't sure what to do, but I knew that I had to do the chemotherapy to start the whole treatment. So I ended up deciding to do a lumpectomy and just finished radiation a couple days ago. And so I continue to move forward. I really was so blessed. I work as a music teacher at a small Catholic school, and the support that I received from the kids was wonderful. I wasn't sure at that beginning point whether I would tell people that I had cancer or just get through it and go on and not, just sort of keep it private. But I was so glad that I shared with the kids and with their parents because they could hold me up in prayer. Each week I got little cards from the kids, and as an educator, I also was able to pass on information about cancer so that as they encounter other people with cancer, they know a little bit more, and they've prayed for someone, and so they've had a hand in my healing. I got real grumpy for a while with all of the treatment. As far as cancer changing me, I'm still working on it, and still, with treatment just ending, I'm still walking through that. I realize that I got very self-centered for a time, and I guess I have to just allow that because I was pretty sick during the chemotherapy. And so now I'm able to look around and see who else needs help. The hardest part about all the treatment for the cancer is the fact that I did end up laying on the couch so much, just so sick. It was a very self-centered part of my life, and it just had to be because there wasn't any way, when you're that nauseous, that you can get up and keep going at the same speed that you did. So my husband was fabulous. He really pitched in. I got a new appreciation for him, and he really stepped up. I would have to say when someone's first diagnosed, to let others know. I really found there was a lot of compassion for myself from people who had been through it or knew someone who had gone through it. I think if I had tried to hide it all, I would have been a lot more lonely, and I don't know if I would have been able to go through it quite as well, because there was a lot of support just from people who I never knew had cancer, and they'd come up and talk with me and share with me. Can Do Cancer has been wonderful. If it wasn't for that first phone call and talking with Molly, I probably still would be spinning and wondering if I had made the right decision. But talking with someone who had been through it, she had the same kind of cancer basically that I had, and so I could learn from her experience. I could learn from her wisdom, from the things that people told her and she shared with me. That I got to share, and I'm glad that I got to be a part of it, because Can Do Cancer really was a benefit to me when I needed it.